Crossing the sea is getting me in a mood for sea shanties. I just hope there's no drunken sailors we find. Hey everybody, what's up? It's your boy, Vitamin M, coming at you with another episode of Pokemon Silver here. In the last episode, we got to Olivine City here, checked out what was around town, and we made it to the Lighthouse. And Jasmine, the gym leader here, actually gave us the task of going to Cianwood to get something from the pharmacy to help out the Ampharos there at the Lighthouse. So, without further ado, let's cross the sea right here, as we're on Route 40 right here. What do you have to say? Although you can't see it from here, Cianwood is across the sea. Okay, we already knew that, but thank you. But Route 40 right here, we can use Rock Smash, find some Krabby and some Shuckle. If today were Monday, there would be a girl by the name of Monica here, and she would give you an item called the Sharp Beak. This is a held item that ups the power of flying type moves. Also, really tempted to say bird moves right there, but as we are, we're surfing again right here. And if you've got an electric type, they are going to be having a field day right here. It is going to be a fantastic time for them to train, and it's going to be great. If you got a grass type, they're going to be doing pretty well, but a lot of the water types that they have are going to be water poison types, as you can see here with Tentacool and Tentacruel, and a couple Quillfish here and there. But, as we're on... That's the wrong move, but okay. But, we're on Route 40 right here, and please don't poison me, of course. I knew I used the wrong move. But anyways, we're on Route 40 right here, and there's really no new Pokemon we can come across yet, except for the evolved form of Tentacool, which is going to be Tentacruel. And as I've already said, Tentacruel is actually a really good Pokemon. It's very good, like I've already gone over. But that's all going to be available to us, and it's really annoying when you just consistently come across them. Only surfing here. But that's for Route 40 here. There will be a new Pokemon that is available to you on Route 41 when we get there, though. But anyways, this is going to be a great place for Flaffy to train here, or any electric type that you have, as I was saying, because they are just going to be going to town on these water types here. We're going to be all square, and Flaffy is going to be growing some levels here. So things are looking pretty good here. And we got a pretty good situation happening for us here. So let me get into my pack. I really don't want to be dealing... Okay, Poison Cure. Nice. Turns out I did hold on to that the whole time. So that was pretty good. But here we are at the sea, and get ready for a lot of wild battles. This is unfortunately just what's going to happen here. Oh, this is the annoying part about crossing the sea. It's just there are a ton of wild battles every now and then. And it's so annoying. The trainer battles, I have no problem with. I want to come across those in order to train. But it's just the wild battles are just always coming at you, and I hate it. It's almost worse than the tall grass most of the time, if anything. And it's just... Ugh. I'm not a fan. But... Oh well, what are you going to do, though? You just kind of hang in there. If you got your repels, now's the time to use those, just to really make use of them. For sure. But as we head south, we're going to be finding a new area to us that we'll be able to get to much later. But a lot of the lore will of this game is surrounded by that area. I don't want to spoil anything quite yet. But yeah. So I know in some of the later games you can fish while you're surfing. And I know you can especially do that in Heart Gold and Soul Silver here. But in Gold and Silver version, unfortunately, I don't think you can do that because the mechanic from Generation 1 still applies here where you can't. I don't know why. I mean, I think it's pretty cool when you can do that. So, I don't know. I'm not sure why. They must have used maybe a similar engine or something, and then just gave it color, of course. And maybe that was just easier for the coding and everything. I mean, I have no problem with it, but I always thought it was kind of cool in the later games that while you're surfing on the back of a Pokemon, you can fish. Excuse me. I always thought that was pretty cool. So we are making our way across the sea here. And I kind of just recommend staying to the left of the path. You're going to be finding a lot of trainers, and if you really want to find all of the trainers, you're going to have to be swimming in a bunch of these in between a bunch of the Whirl Islands here. As you can kind of see there at the south, there's going to be a border of one of them. So the Whirl Islands are a set of 4 islands found on Route 41 that, as the name would probably imply, and like we heard in the last episode from an NPC, are guarded by whirlpools. And we are unable to cross those right now because we don't have a technique, wink wink nudge nudge, in order to go across them. But a lot of the lore surrounds a lot of the lore in this game, and the story, very much revolves around those those Whirl Islands. Because if you remember the story of the Burned and the Tin Tower, or Bell Tower, don't remember which one again, but the Pokemon that left the Burned Tower, it said, actually went and resided in the Whirl Islands, and this Pokemon is capable of creating heavy storms with just the flap of its wings. So there's a lot of mystery there because a lot of people just talk about these legends. I don't know why nobody's really gone to go check it out. I guess they can't cross whirlpools, but who would really want to? That would kind of suck, being stuck in a whirlpool. Punch it! Sorry, I just really want to say that, but that would really suck, being stuck in a whirlpool. I can't even imagine. Of course. I mean, that just has to be terrifying. Oh man, it's just, how do you, honestly, how do you get out of a whirlpool? Is it kind of like a riptide or an undertow? You have to kind of go with it a little bit, or swim perpendicular? I have no idea. Oh, Flaffy's trying to learn Cotton Spore. Pass up on this. It's just a move that sharply lowers speed. If you have Thunder Wave, there's no point in having it, honestly. So, we've got that all set for us here. Because I'd rather paralyze somebody than just lowering their speed. But Whirl Islands are right there, and we need 4 of them. We may or may not be getting to those much later if we are able to. But it's definitely kind of an interesting area. I remember when my brother first played this game, he would train there a lot because there's a lot of different water types that you can find there, and he was trying to raise a grass-type Pokemon on his team. And he kind of picked it up towards the end of the game, so he was just really trying to train there, which, that was kind of cool. But yeah, we were around that area a lot because of that. And that was just the best we kind of could do with where we could go in the game, unfortunately, with training our grass type. There's definitely a better area we'll get to much later to train grass type or water type if we have them, but that was the best we could do. I just have a lot of fond memories with this game, especially with my brother. He was actually the guy who, well, he was actually the one between the two of us who played this game first, as I probably already mentioned, and you know, we would bounce back and forth between Blue and Silver, and I'd be like, hey, you know, what are you doing in your game? What's going on? What's the story? And I always have fond memories of that. Always really, really enjoyed that. And then later on, we both got Heart Gold, Soul Silver, and that was really fun because now we could actually trade and take advantage of that for our own teams and different things such as that. And just walking through the story reimagined. I know there's some differences that I remember from this game and the remakes, and it kind of threw me for a loop a little bit. Like I said in the last episode, where I was talking about getting HMO4 and Heart Gold Soul Silver, you have to do something else. You have to go to Mount Mortar, find hikers. I always kind of enjoyed how they kind of changed up the story a little bit and tried to make it new and a little bit more reimagined, if you would say, and kind of put a little twist on it for players who really knew the original game. So I always kind of really liked that the remakes tried to go out of their way to do that. And why am I fighting this tentacle? Always really liked that. But anyways, on Route 41 here, there's a Pokemon that is newly available to you if you have Gold or Crystal version. And that is a Pokemon by the name of Mantine. So Mantine is a water flying type. Very strange typing, I must say. Quad weakness to electric, as you can imagine. But it's honestly a pretty good Pokemon. It's not too bad. I don't know if you guys are familiar with Pokemon Coliseum or XD, but I used a Mantine in Coliseum, and actually kind of cool. It is a very, very, very good special wall. It is one of the best special walls you're going to be coming across in the game. It is a little bit slower, and despite it having the flying type, it really relies on special attack, if anything. It's, gosh, its regular attack is not good right here. But it's a really good Pokemon if you do want to pick it up. It is actually really good. It can do a good job with Water-type moves, have some trickery with Confuse Ray and some different things that you could teach it. So if you haven't picked up a Water-type, it's really one to consider. I would have to say, it's a good option, honestly. So that's all I really have to say about Mantine. But here we are at the north of Cianwood right here, and we got some more Rock Smash boys right here for Shuckle and Krabby if you want. There would be a guy you would fight right here in Pokemon Crystal version, with the story that's going on there, but I don't quite want to be talking about Pokemon Crystal's story quite yet. Here we are at Cianwood, and there's a couple different things we can do here. The photo studio, take a snapshot as a keepsake. So, in the original game you had the Game Boy printer that was with your Game Boy Color that you could use, but obviously I can't use that. I've never been able to use that because I never had a Game Boy printer. This house is pretty useless if you don't have it, but it's just kind of a nice memento from the game, if anything. I don't think there's anything in this house, so I'm not going to talk to them. If we go to this house right here, and talk to this guy. Hi, I'm in shock. A guy about your age with piercing eyes and long hair came in. Sounds familiar. He scared me into giving him my prized Pokemon. I still have one left, but what if he comes back? You look strong. Could you look after my Pokemon for a while? I don't have a spot available. Your Pokemon party is full. But what happened here is it looked like this guy was robbed of a Pokemon that he had, and it seemed like it was a pretty rare Pokemon. So he might be entrusting us with another Pokemon here. But that Pokemon is going to be Shuckle. So you could already come across Shuckle here, but if you want one, you can actually just borrow his for the entire game, even though you don't have to give it back. If you don't give it back and it doesn't have high friendship, he'll accuse you of being a thief and everything such as that. But you can be a jerk with that too, just like the Spearow earlier on in the game. I don't know what it is with the gift Pokemon in this game, just kind of like, hey, I trust you with this even though I've never met you. I don't know, people are much more trustworthy in this game rather than the real world. 500 years of tradition, Cianwood City Pharmacy. We await your medical queries. Or medicinal queries. We talked to this guy. I always thought this guy was so cool looking. He's a pharmacist with shades. I always wish I could walk into CVS and just, BAM! Pharmacist with shades. That'd be kind of cool. I'd have more questions, but it'd be kind of cool. Your Pokemon appear to be fine. Is something worrying you? The Lighthouse Pokémon is in trouble. I got it! This ought to do the trick. Vitamin received the secret potion, so this is a key item that we cannot use, unfortunately. My secret potion is a tad too strong. I only offer it in an emergency. So we can't use that item, unfortunately. But that is going to be perfect for getting to back to the lighthouse there. I wonder what you have to say right here. I don't know if I've ever talked to him. Chuck, the gym leader, spars with his fighting Pokemon. So, as you can see, we do have another gym right here that we're going to be taking on. You crossed the sea to get here? That must have been hard. It would be much easier if your Pokemon knew how to fly. But you can't use fly without this city's gym badge. If you beat the gym leader here, come see me. I'll have a nice gift for you. So I think this is the gym leader's wife right here, actually. Chuck. So Chuck is going to be the fighting type gym leader here that we're going to be taking on pretty soon here, actually. But I know in the remakes here, there is actually another pathway that goes eventually to the Safari Zone. That is over in Johto here, and some different areas that you can get to. So that can be used for training and to find a lot of exotic Pokemon that you couldn't find in the original game by this point, that you could find in the Safari Zone or find them in some more plentiful areas, let's say. And that just opens up a whole lot more options to you in the remake. I kind of wish that was here because there are some really solid Pokemon that you can grab there. And I just really, like I'm saying, I wish that you could just find them right here. But anyways, I think that will do for this episode right here. So next time in Pokemon Silver, we're going to be challenging Chuck, the fighting type gym leader, at his gym here in Cianwood. and hopefully we're going to have enough time to save Amphi back at the lighthouse. So, like, comment, subscribe, all that good stuff, and I'll be seeing you guys in the next episode. Vitamin M, I'm out, dudes.